What if there was a safe space for you to explore artificial intelligence? What if there was a team of friendly professionals waiting to help you examine what you can do with AI in your courses? Welcome to the world of what if.
Hello, my name is Jose Gayoso, and I'm one of the multimedia producers here at the Center for Online and Continuing Education. Today, I'm going to be showing Synthesia, creating AI lecture videos with Synthesia. If you want to follow along, I also have the website on the bottom. It's synthesia.io. It is not .com, it is .io. So, what is Synthesia? Synthesia is an AI-powered tool that lets users create videos using synthetic avatars. It can convert text into videos that appear as if they were spoken by a real person. Synthesia is designed to be accessible to anyone regardless of technical expertise. And in the 4 images that you see here, and I'll explain to all the people online as well, what it shows is 1, create your script, and this could be generated from a link, a document, or even just a prompt that you could input into the AI tool. Customize your video. So it does have its own AI, you could say, customization. It lets you replace any AI avatars, colors, fonts, templates, layouts. Number 3 shows collaboration. You can send invitations to anyone that you want so they can write comments, give you feedback, any of that sorts of stuff. And for number 4, it's share and export. There's 2 ways that it exports. You could do a embed or just download an MP4, but I will get more into that with the demo that I'll explain more throughout this presentation. So, we can take an example lecture like this, and I just put 2 slides where it just shows the overview of English literature, as well as I wrote, in this course you will, and it lists 3 steps of what you will learn in this course through these 2 slides. So I put these 2 slides as well as a prompt in Synthesia, and what I got back from Synthesia is this video right here. And let me play it for you all now.
You know that college literacy goes beyond just reading and writing? It's about honing critical thinking and effective communication skills. These abilities can transform your academic journey and open doors to countless opportunities. Imagine navigating your college experience with ease, understanding complex texts, and engaging in meaningful discussions. That's the power of literacy. It equips you with the tools to explore new knowledge and broaden your horizons. To excel in college, mastering reading comprehension and analytical skills is crucial.
So that's just a quick 30-minute example of a 2-minute video that it did from the prompt that I put. So what was the prompt that I used? The prompt that I wrote, which you see in the number 1, and the question says for everyone online is, tell us what your video is about. So you just write in the prompt. It also gives you example prompts that you can input, but what I wrote was an introduction to a college-level literacy course for undergraduate students. The second question tells you, tell us about the audience. You have different types of audience that it chose, but what I wrote is this is going to be for college-level students, and at the bottom it shows create video. But right above that, it also gives you the option to add a document. This is where you can add a document, whether it's a PDF file, a text file, a PowerPoint, or just any Word document. You put it in, whether it's an outline right before you make a PowerPoint. If you make a script for a PowerPoint, or if you just don't have a PowerPoint at all and you just have a script, you can just add that document and it'll analyze the document and still create the slides for you. And then it created everything for me. From the title, all the slides, the transitions, the animations, B-roll, and even the avatar that was talking, as well as the voice and the type of voice it has. Everything was created all at once from those 2 questions. What was the prompt that I used, and then what was the audience? You can even change the template, the style, the avatar, the voice, the videos, anything that you would normally do in a PowerPoint, you can edit and customize it to your liking with Synthesia. It's easier and simple to control. And I'm talking about the interface. This is the interface that you see within this video, and I'll go more into that in the demo. But if the information has any incorrect information, for example, there are hallucinations when it comes to prompting with AI. It's as simple as just editing that information and inputting the correct information. What I like to do is I like to double check everything. I'll go through all the slides. What they call it here instead of slides is scenes because it's a video. And then I just double proofread everything. I make sure that everything is correct. And then everything can be edited. Tune to your liking, and you can make sure it has a template you like while also making sure all the information is correct for any of your students. Use in conjunction with other AI. Sometimes people have trouble creating or finding the perfect prompt to input into any AI software, whether it's ChatGPT, Copilot, Synthesia is one of them. So what I use is I use it in conjunction with ChatGPT to help me create a slide, well, not a slide, the prompt to generate the slides. What I chose with ChatGPT is please give me an example for an 8 slides for a Origins to English Literacy course, and it gave me a prompt. I just copied that prompt into the first question, which is what is the prompt that you want to create with your video? And then for the audience, I just chose the same, college level students. And then you could go back and forth between Synthesia and the other AI that you want to choose just to see what output you get. So let's try a demo. And I'm going to try it right here. This is right after you log in. So you just create an account, and that's a simple part. But the first question that is going to ask you once you create an account is, what department are you in? For mine, I chose, and I'm choosing the same one, is academia, teacher, and student. You can only choose one for this question. It does not let you choose multiple. So make sure you choose the correct one that you're trying to pick. This basically chooses the template and the correct style for the lecture that you're trying to teach. So I'll choose academia, teacher, student, and then I will hit continue down here. The next question it says is, what types of videos are you interested in? This one you can select multiple options, but I'm just going to select 2. So the ones that I'm going to select is the how-to guide and the knowledge base. Once I pick the ones that I want, same thing, I just hit continue on the bottom here. And then it's going to ask you just a simple survey. How did you learn about Synthesia? For this one, I'm just going to put word of mouth and then hit continue. From here is going to take me to the actual creating the video part. And it asks you one question before it lets you input a prompt. And that is, what is the topic that you want to do? It says here, select a topic to get started. I'm going to hit a professional development training. And then I'm going to hit start creating. And this is what you see in the video. The 2 questions for any of the online folks, if you can't see it, is tell us what the video is about. And then the second question is, tell us about the audience. And like I said before, it also lets you have the option to input any document. This one is for PDF, Word, or text file, but you can also input a PowerPoint in the user interface, which is right after this one. And if you have trouble with prompts, it gives you an example here, but it lets you shuffle some. So if you want more prompts that you could kind of pick on or train on, you can just shuffle it. See which one you like. For my example, I'm just going to keep it super simple, and I'm going to put this lecture is about college literacy and speaking about its origins. One sentence. And then for the audience, same one, college students. It should give me a short video because it's pretty short prompt. And then I'll just hit create video down here. And it's pretty quick. When I tested this before, it took about a couple seconds to a minute. And as you see it generating here, it's going to generate, for this one, it's 4 topics. And then it says scene 1. You could kind of imagine this as slide 1 in the PowerPoint. Scene 3, scene 4, and then it's creating it for every single topic. You could think of these as chapters within Synthesia. And if I scroll up while it's making it, you can see that it already added an avatar, the title, background, B-roll. I added the color for me, and you could edit all of this as well. Now it's done generating all the content. Right now it's just generating all the video for each scene, or like I said, slide. On the left, you see the prompt that I used. You can also change the template. For the free version, you're limited with the amount of templates. You can see the templates that you have here. You could change the length. So depending how much information you have in your PowerPoints or in your text file or in your PDF, you can make this 30 seconds to make sure it's something quick, or you can lengthen all the way up to 5 minutes. You can increase this with the premium version. And then the audience. You can also add tags if you like objective, language, speaker, tone. they grabbed these from the first question that it asked me at the beginning. Now, instead of generate video, I want to show you the user interface, so I'm going to click on Continue in Editor. And this is the user interface or the video editing software for Synthesia. And it gives you a quick 4-step tutorial where it shows you your script, which is at the bottom here, and I'll highlight it down here for anyone online. This is the script that my avatar is going to speak during this scene, or like I said, slide. You can select your avatar up top here. For the free version, you're just limited to Alex. This is the avatar that you see here. But with the premium version, you can also create your own avatar, or you can add yourself if you chose to. You also have the option to select the voice. This one shows English, but with the other versions, you can also choose different languages. You have friendly, husky, lifelike, natural, different types of voices. And then the last step that it shows is just generate. So this is how you generate your video, and it gives you 2 options. For the free version, you're only allowed to embed the videos. If you choose the premium version, you're able to download MP4s, so you can upload them, whether it's on Canvas, YouTube, or any other site that you wish. It can do that as well. So let me go over the interface real quick. And I'll start on the left side here. So it's all numbered. This one is 1 through 8, and they call it scenes. That's what they call it in Synthesia. But you could just imagine it in PowerPoint as a slide. So if I click on the other one, it's like going through a slide. And it doesn't play it for you, but you can make it play for you. Actually, let's try it out. Let me go to the second slide and let me hit play down here, which will play the script down here.
From the ancient libraries of Alexandria to medieval universities, the evolution of literacy has been profound. These institutions not only preserved knowledge, but also set the stage for today's academic rigor and literacy expectations.
For that slide. So it only plays for this one slide, but I could go to the next slide, or I can play the entire video, but it's a 2-minute video. And I want to go over the script as well. If you have any changes that you want to do to the script, it's as easy as just deleting it, re-adding it, adding more, taking out. And if the AI software doesn't know how to pronounce something, you can do a pronunciation and it'll pronounce it exactly how you want it. On the right side is where you get to edit. So whether it's to change the color, the background media, like the B-roll, the music that you heard, the volume, scene transition, anything. As you can also see, it has the Synthesia logo. You can upgrade, it says right there, upgrade to remove watermark if you don't want that logo. There's also a logo watermark here. This just means that if you want to add your own personal logo, whether it's a school logo or if you have your own personal business and you just teach, you can add your personal logo to each slide. On the top here, there's a couple more options. You could choose the avatar. This one's Alex, and like I said, it only shows Alex, but there's more. You can see a couple different ones here. You could choose your own personal avatar as well. Text, shape, media, all the media that you see here is grabbed from Pexels, Giphy, and Icons. They're in contract with Synthesia, so you could just easily just replace any of them, or you could search the videos or images. And you can also do in-camera recording. So it'll record your screen if you need to show something, whether it's like, let's say, a syllabus. You can record yourself and add it to this lecture. And then once you're done, you just hit generate. It'll take, this one it says generate 10 minutes, and it can also do captions. So if you want to add captions to each single lecture video that you want, you have that option. You create your title, you add a description if you want. This one gave me 4 chapters, and it has the 4 chapters, and I can edit those 4 chapters. And then you just generate. Like I said, for this example, for the free version, it'll just generate an embed link. But if you want to be able to download it, that's the premium service where you could download the MP4 or any type of codec for video file, so you could import it anywhere, like let's say YouTube. Now, let's go back to the presentation. There's more that it can do. So I just showed you the video interface and then how it creates lectures, whether it's from PowerPoints or PDF files, text files, Word documents. But it can also do AI screen recording, AI video translation, AI dubbing, where you can record yourself talking in your native language and it can translate it for you to any language that it has. Media library, so it has different types of stocks for images, B-roll, VFX, and music, and then personal avatars. I showed you some of the avatars, or you can create your own avatar. They call it the avatar builder. Limitations. So even though it is a video editing software, it's not a full-fledged video editing software. Even though you have the option to edit the music, edit the audio, you cannot add, like, let's say, VFX, or have full creative control of adding more VFX to a certain audio. Or if you want to color correct or color grade a footage. Or it also has limitations if you want to add your own video files that you want from your personal computer. That's more for the premium service, but it is limited. It also cannot generate a PowerPoint from the video it creates. So what I like to do, and I recommend this for everyone, is use in conjunction with your PowerPoints. This is not meant to replace a PowerPoint. You could use it with PowerPoints. So you could give students the option to read a PowerPoint if they just want to read the PowerPoint, or have a lecture video if they just want to watch a quick 30-second video to 5 minutes or longer, however much information is in the PowerPoint or file that you have. The benefits for educational purposes, like I said, is very easy to use, but it's super quick. So if you don't have time to create, like, let's say, a lot of PowerPoints because you have a lot of modules, this will easily, with just one prompt and then just simple editing, taking out, correcting information in the editing tool and just generating a video, you're done. You're quick. It does all the transitions, all the music, all the B-roll for you. All you have to do is edit all that out. It's great to use in conjunction with PowerPoints. It's not meant to replace PowerPoints. It does everything for you. Like I said, for the imagery, the music, the transition, and it engages the students to pay attention to the lecture than to just only listen to it while doing something else or completely forgetting the lecture once they finish it.